There's the completed cover on look. 2 ports now. Flowing traffic. So this is basically what we're going to do. Put the adapter module in there and try to mount the jack in the rear. We'll see how that fits. If you have the Flex IO, you'll want to remove it. So if you have the SSD tray in here, you want to remove it. To do that, you have to disconnect the ribbon cable there. I believe it's a ZIF connector. Get under here and pry up gently a little bit on both sides. Once you get it up, then you just lift the cable out. There's 2 screws, and then you can slide the whole thing forward and lift it out. Obviously I took it out already. Basically just sits in there. Pretty obvious. Remove the screw. Lift it out of there and gently just pop those off. If you have a port here, remove the 3 screws. Hardest one is this one back here. I think they put Loctite or something on there because those screws were in there solid. The port is actually under here, so I just pry it under, lift it up, and then it just pops out. I basically just cut out the hole a little bit to fit, drill a couple holes for the screws. Actually fit a little nicer than I kind of expected. And this is a little bit more advanced. You'll need a Dremel drill bits. The hole for the screws ended up being 1/8 inch. And I also use a little grinder bit to get right in there and clean it up a little bit. So that's basically how it's going to fit. And pretty much just need a little washer on the screw on that side, and I'll just make a larger piece over here probably, and that will go on the outside so that when you put the screws in, it will sandwich the case in there, and it should hold it pretty solid. You really could use some hot melt glue or something also, but I don't have any with me right now, and I'd rather do it a little more solid just as a challenge also. There it is, all finished. Wedged in there pretty solid. You can also see I put a thin piece of cardboard underneath it, cover the port, make sure it can't short out, even though the underside of this card is seemingly coated from about halfway point back. There's no exposed connections, just to make sure. Don't want anything shorting out. There's the adapter put back in there. Cables installed. Now I'm just going to route it a little bit. If you don't have the SSD cage, it'll probably be easier. I'm going to put it back in. Okay, before I put it all back together, just want to test it. And in OpenSense, you can see the top Realtek is the factory original, and the bottom Intel is the adapter i226-V. So it does show up. It does work. Just put it back together now. Here's the final look before the cover goes on. Does fit. It's snug, but so this would now work for pfSense, OpenSense, or similar. You could put a log disk in here, maybe a HDD. And you get your 2 ports. So I hope this helps you, gives you some ideas. It does fit, does work. I'll put a screenshot of the exact adapter I use. I think they're pretty much all the same. But a couple of them do have the ports slightly different. The wires kind of stick up instead of out. Those probably wouldn't work too well. Right there it would, but it might not work real well over here.